The world we live in is filled with mysteries, and researchers are always stumbling on one crazy discovery after another. Some of them leave us curious, while others would give nightmares for days. From the creepy mummy soup that some people believe contains supernatural powers to a family that luckily survived getting blown up by World War II bombs, here are 10 of the most bizarre recent discoveries in the world. Before we dive into this list, make sure to leave a like on this video. Also, if you want to join this month's Star 5 giveaway of a brand new iPhone 13, then all you have to do is subscribe to our channel and watch this video until the end to find and comment the hidden message. Good luck. Number 10. Hoodwinker sunfish. In a rare sighting, a strange fish washed ashore on a beach in California. According to official data, the California discovery was the first time the 2-meter wide-eyed fish was sighted around any part of the world in 130 years. It looks very strange that no one can say for sure the category the fish or the rare creature belongs to. The rare fish had been around for a while, but nothing was really known about its existence. It was not until 2017 that aquatic scientists discovered the species around the southern hemisphere waters close to New Zealand and Australia. It was named the Hoodwinker sunfish, and at the time it was believed this rare fish species were resident between New Zealand and Australian waters. But with the discovery in California, aquatic scientists are beginning to dig more to understand the complexity and the behavior of this aquatic life. Number 9. World War I and II era bombs washed ashore. World War I and II are now part of the human history, but the truth remains that this unpleasant phase of our existence still has a legacy that is active among us today. A scenario played out in 2015 when Kyler Gravel and her family were having a nice time at Bury Point in Wales, and it appeared that a remnant of a World War II sea mine had washed up on the beach, but no one had a clue of what it was. The following day, the Pembrey Country Park authorities sealed the beach, allowing local bomb detectors to detonate the device in a controlled environment. After the authorities released the details of the event to the public, Kyler realized she and her family could have been killed if the sea mine had been detonated due to their unguided movement around the device. Let's just say Kyler and the rest of her family were extremely lucky. At number 8, planet Earth has a second moon. What if I were to tell you that planet Earth has a second moon? Impossible. But it is. A NASA report shows the moon isn't the only satellite revolving around our cherished planet. The asteroid named HOS 3 has been revolving around for about a century, and it's still there to date. However, it isn't visible like the moon because this strange satellite is not bright at all. Another reason we believe this satellite isn't visible is that it is 14 million kilometers away from Earth, compared to the moon that is 384,000 kilometers away. However, we don't have to worry about this asteroid causing us any harm because it's so far away from our planet. Number 7. A Roman-era crucifixion. The Roman Empire is famous for its landmass, conquest, and cultural spread. The empire, which at its peak controlled a large part of Europe and North Africa, down to present-day Asia, was also famous for its inhumane crucifixion style. A recent discovery about Rome's past was discovered in Cambridgeshire by UK-based archaeologists. They proved that nailing people, especially slaves, on the cross was prevalent in ancient Rome. Archaeologists discovered the remains of a crucified man who was believed to be between the ages of 25 and 30 at the time of his crucifixion. According to the findings, the already decayed body had a thin leg, suggesting that he was probably chained for a long time before being crucified. The stunning part of this discovery is that the nail was still well positioned when researchers were excavating the bones. Number 6. Lovers buried in a coffin in China. The Titanic movie isn't just a story about the shipwreck of the Titanic ship. It also explains the love and the bond between Jack and Rose, who met for the first time aboard the ill-fated ship. But it appears Jack and Rose aren't the only biggest players in the Garden of Love. Centuries ago, in faraway China, it was a well-acceptable custom for lovers to die for their partner or agree to sacrifice themselves to be with their partner in death. However, archaeologists led by Qian Wang, an associate professor at Texas A&M College of Dentistry, have discovered a grave in China that shows a couple buried together inside the same coffin. According to reports, the bones are estimated to have been buried about 1,500 years ago. This isn't the first time of finding a couple buried together, but researchers working on the site said that this was the first time that they have seen the bones of a couple embracing each other inside their coffin. The excavation was carried out within the Shaanxi province after the bones were discovered during a construction project. The lead researcher working on the discovered bone said whoever buried the couple did so diligently because they were rightly placed close to each other before they were buried, believing they would be together in the afterlife. Number 5. The world's oldest pet cemetery. Archaeologists working on unraveling ancient Egypt have been helping us in providing solid details about how life probably looked in ancient times. Aside from discovering abandoned cities, temples, and human remains, among other things, a discovery has been made, and this time, it's a pet cemetery. The discovery of the pet cemetery along the Egypt Red Sea coast proves that human-animal bonds have been going on for ages. According to the research report, the pet cemetery is estimated to be around 2,000 years old. Some of the animal remains excavated from the site include dogs and cats. Marta believes the location is a pet burial site because the animals died at an old age and were properly buried, with some even mummified by their owners. This is quite different from other discoveries of animal cemeteries, as those were animals used for rituals. In contrast, the cemetery at the Red Sea coast shows animals' remains were properly buried, making it the world's oldest cemetery for animals. Number 4. Human heads used as cups? Researchers from London Natural History Museum have discovered what is likely to be the world's most bizarre cup ever. According to researchers, the ancient skull cup was found in Gough's Cave, southwestern England. These cups are real-life proof that humans who lived within the region around 15,000 years ago engaged in the act of cannibalism. To convert the skulls into cups, the paleontologists said the skulls were cleaned of soft tissues, facial bones were removed, and the rough edges were smoothened to make the skull caps easy to drink from. Researchers believe the skull cups were probably used for rituals, bowls, or drinking water. Number 3. A great ant city. It appears humans are not the only creatures involved in building big walls and megacities. Ants also do. In Brazil, researchers led by Louis Forge have been able to unearth an underground city of ants which they call the Great Ant City due to its massive outlay. The ant city is well built and fortified, and researchers believe this ant city can rival the Great Wall of China due to its massive walls. It took more than 10 days for researchers to get to the root of the ant city, which has features such as a labyrinth, concrete highways, sideways, and easy routes for transportation, and it's believed that the ants excavated more than 40 tons of earth to achieve this massive structure. Ants have always been known for their building skills, but the massive structure built by ants discovered in Brazil is a pointer that there are more things we are yet to understand about ants' way of life. Number 2. The oldest Homo erectus skull. Researchers recently discovered the oldest Homo erectus skull in South Africa. Homo erectus species are regarded as humans' closest relatives, and it is believed they existed years before Homo sapiens. The students, Jesse Martin and Angelina Lisi, who discovered the skull from the rocks within northwest Johannesburg, originally thought the remains were of a baboon's skull. However, they put them together and discovered that they were holding the first brain case of Homo erectus to be found in South Africa. The skull is estimated to be 2 million years old. With this discovery, scientists are beginning to understand the complexity of the human family tree. And at number 1, mummy soup found in Alexandria. Egypt is home to the ancient burial practice known as mummification. A recent discovery has been made in Alexandria, Egypt, which is way more creepy and bizarre than just the remains of mummies. The 30-ton black sarcophagus contains mummy's bone filled with liquid contents. Since the news broke out about the discovery of the sarcophagus, the internet has taken to calling this new discovery mummy soup. It is also reported that some people believe the mummy soup could contain some healing powers, or give anyone who drank it some supernatural powers. Before the coffin was opened, there were some arguments that opening the coffin would unleash an unimaginable curse on the world. Well, do you think there's enough chaos in the world to make this curse believable? And that wraps up today's video. What is the most bizarre recent discovery you've ever heard? Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe and give us a like, and don't forget to turn on your post notifications so you never miss a video from Star 5. Thanks for watching.